Hello everyone, welcome back to my fourth video for AutoCAD 2D tutorial for beginners. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to draw arcs, polygons, and ellipses. So let's begin. I'm going to open the same file as my previous videos. So let's zoom out. As you see, the drawings are still there. So if we want to start with this video, the first thing I'm going to teach you is the arcs. So as you see, if you want to find the arc option, you can find it to the right of the circle. But we're not going to press on this option. If you just move your cursor down, we have the arc and the down arrow button. So if you press on it, you can see we have many options to draw arcs. So we have a 3-point, start, center, end, start, center, angle, start, center, length, and etc. So we're not going to use all these options. We're going to use the start and direction option. So what does this mean? It basically means that you have to specify a starting point, an ending point, and then you choose the direction of your arc with relative to the lines that you've chosen. So let me show you an example. So we will press on the start end direction. So as you see, it says specify start point of arc, or so we need to specify, let's say, the starting point of the arc. So let's say I'm going to go on this rectangle. So I'm going to specify, let's say this is as my starting point, so I'll press, then it asks you to specify the second point, or let's say the end point. So let me just press the F8 button so I can just draw horizontal or vertically. So as you see, this is my next point, which is the ending point. If you press here and then you scroll your, or let's say you move your cursor, as you see now, the more you move your cursor, you can see the arc. So the arc is drawn with relative to the line that you've chosen as starting point and ending point. So it will either draw curved up to the right or curved down to the left. So this is with the relative to the vertical line. So I'm just gonna press here, and as you see, I've drawn the arc. So you can draw also for the other line. So let's try for the horizontal line this time. So I'm just going to go on the arc, the same place again, press on start end direction. I'm going to choose, let's say this time, a horizontal line. So let's say I'm going to go this time for this line, just to perform this on another drawing. So I'm just going to choose a starting point as here, and then I'm going to choose my ending point here. Then when you press, as you see, if you move your cursor up or down, so as you see, it's going to be a very big, or let's say large arc, because the length is a very long, or let's say the value of the length of this line is kind of like large. So that's why you will have, let's say, a big arc, big sized arc. So if you just press on here, so we've drawn another arc. And it's not a must that you have to choose the starting point and the ending point of a line or anything. You can just choose the starting point to be the starting point, let's say, of this line, and you can choose the ending point to be, let's say, the midpoint. So let's try one. So let me show you this one as well. So let's say we'll go for this rectangle. I'm going to draw with relative to this horizontal line. So it's going to either be curved up or curved down. So I'm going to choose this time the starting point to be the first point and the ending point to be the midpoint of this rectangle, or let's say of this line. So if you press, then you move your cursor up or down, as you see. So it just draws with accordance to the points that you've chosen. So I'm going to press here and done. So this is everything you need to know about the arc. I've been using this option, only this option in my university, and I haven't used any other option, as that I've seen them like they are kind of complicated or something, and they were confusing. So that's why I just choose this one, and it's the simplest option in my opinion. I didn't see other options as mandatory, and this option was kind of enough to help me in my university, as that even my university were using this option when they were giving us this tutorial. So this is everything you need to know about the arc. So let's go to the next objective, which is drawing polygon. So if you want to find the polygon, as you see, we have the arc. On the right side, we have this rectangle. So go on the arrow down and press on this button, and as you see, we have a polygon. So if you press on the polygon, the first thing the software asks you is to input the number of sides. So how many sides do you want to have? If you input 4, it's gonna draw a square for you, since 4 sides is obviously a square. So let's go with something like above 4 sides. So let's say I'm gonna provide, let's say, 6 sides. Just type in 6, press enter. So it says specify the center of polygon. So choose wherever you want to draw it. So I'm gonna just press on here. So it asks you if you want to inscribe it in circle or circumscribed about circle. Just go with the first one. And as you see now, you can see the polygon and the size keeps changing whenever I move my cursor. So as you see, it's just enabling me to draw it in a horizontal or vertical direction. So if you want to draw it in any direction, just press on the F8 button. As you see now, you can draw it in any option you want. So I'm just gonna go with horizontal and vertical. And now it asks you, if you just check in the white rectangular box, it says specify the radius of circle. Definitely this is not a circle, but the software considers it as a circle, so just choose a value. So let's say I'm going to choose, and as you see, the more I move my cursor in the gray box, the value keeps changing. So this is the radius along with the cursor. So the more you move the cursor, the radius keeps increasing. So let's say I'm going to go with 10 meters. So this is a polygon I have with a radius of 10 meters. So what does the radius of 10 meters mean? It means that from the farthest point to the center, it's going to be 10 meters. So from here to the center, it's 10 meter. From, let's say, this point to the center, it's 10 meter. From this point to the center, it's 10 meter, and etc. So it's the same for the rest of the points. So this is everything you need to know about a polygon, and you can even check the properties of the polygon if you want to. So you can just press left click on it, then right click, check the properties. So you can scroll down. As you see here, you have the vertexes, you have the starting segments. These are kind of not important, so we'll just go to the area. As you see, the area is calculated. The length is calculated to be 60 meters. So this is the length of this polygon. And you can change even the color of this polygon. As you see, you can change it, or you can choose more colors from this option. So let me just keep it as light green. So this is everything you need to know about a polygon. And if you go to it, as you see, if you just press on one side, it's a polyline. You can say that this is a polyline since all sides are being selected. You can just select all of it. If you don't want it to be a polyline, just type in explode. And as you see now, every side is alone. So if you just press on one side, it's not going to select all the objects. So all the lines are separate lines. They are no longer an object anymore. So you can change, let's say you can change the color of these lines. So just press on them, right click, properties, just go and change, for example, let's say to blue or red, let's say. So this is everything you need to know about a polygon. So you can do many things with your drawing. You can check the area, you can change the colors of your drawings, and etc. So this is everything you need to know about the polygon. And now let's go to the last part of this video, which is the ellipse. So if you want to draw the ellipse, it's below the polygon shape, or below the polygon option, or to the right of the arc option. It's called center. If you just press on the right, or if you go on the right and press on the arrow down button, as you see, you will have 3 more options, but they are not kind of important. So just go and press on the original drawing itself. So it says specify the center of ellipse, so where you want to draw the ellipse. So I'm going to just draw it here. And then as you see, it says in the white box below, specify the endpoint of the axis. So where you want the endpoint of this to be. As you see, the golden colored dash line appears. So the more I move my cursor, the length keeps on increasing. Or let's call it the radius keeps increasing for this side. So just press on anywhere. So I press here. As you see, so now the ellipse is being drawn in the horizontal direction. You cannot make it vertical. As you see, if I go up and down, it keeps rotating around the vertical, let's call this vertical line. so it's being drawn in the horizontal direction. So it asks you now to specify another distance for the other side, so you can choose any distance you want. So the vertical distance, it's stable, it's not going to change. It's there, so it's going to remain as how you chose from the beginning, the value at the beginning. So just now you have to choose the horizontal values. So let's say I'm just going to go with, let's say 5. So I have a from the center I have a length of, I don't actually remember how much I input here, I just chose something randomly, but from the horizontal side I chose 5 meters. So you can just go on this ellipse, you can press on it. As you see, if you want to know what is the dimensions of this ellipse, you can just press on the ellipse, you can just go on the center, keep your cursor there. Sorry for that, you can just keep the cursor there. Or you can just go to the sides. As you see, keep the cursor there. As you see, it gives you the value of the horizontal and the vertical directions. So if you want to check the properties, you can just right click, you can go to properties. So the starting coordinates, the coordinates at the center point of this ellipse, and then we have more options. They have the major radius, the minor radiuses, we have the radius of this, let's call it the ellipse. And as you see, if you just scroll down, we have the area. Length is not given, of course, because this is not a straight line, this is just curved lines. So this is the area of this ellipse, and etc. You can just change the color to anything you want here, up to you. So this is everything you need to know about the ellipse. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any question or any comments, please do not hesitate to drop comments in the comment section below. I would be happy to reply back to you as soon as possible. Until my next video, thank you so much and have a nice day.